Am I in the middle? The London Marathon. Overall, it was a stressful week building up to the London Marathon because we had the injury to contend with all week. So all through the week, all I was really thinking about was that injury, how far it was going to carry me through the marathon, and at what point it was going to give up. So all the time that we were doing the preparations for where the team was going to move around and how we were going to get to a certain place in the marathon, all I could think about was the injury.
Around it, and we've got to get from there to there. Bearing in mind, this Saturday the trains might not be on, so we might have to get a taxi from there to there, and then get a taxi from there to our hotel.
Horrendous. Okay, so.
Even the day before when I was packing ibuprofen gels, the crutches, painkillers, rubs, everything that I needed for the race that I needed to take with me that day was all trying to make sure that the injury was in the best place possible.
Reading story to them, no matter how busy he is at work. Really good.
This morning we've had an absolute nightmare. We were literally just got in a taxi on the way to Chester train station, and in the taxi on the way down we found out the train was cancelled, so we quickly switched, and Lucy's drove about 2.5 hours so far down to London, taking a quick pit stop, got some more plastering, gonna get a croissant, and then we're gonna head back up down the road and hopefully get to the London XL to get registration in time, which closes at 5:30. So against the clock. Croissant.
We were probably about an hour and a half out from being at the XL. It kind of started dawning on us that, are we actually going to make the registration cut off? If you didn't have your badge number, you weren't racing the next day. At that point, I was like, shit, who do I know who is going to be at London at this point, who can potentially go and pick up my pack for me, and is this going to be allowed?
Good, yes. Hello. Yes. Yep. And that's,
Thanks so much.
Thanks guys. Happy with that.
So we have made it with 10 minutes to spare. The venue shuts at 5:30, it's now 5:20, but we called ahead and Grant and Steffi have just picked up my pack. So essentially we're just going into the hall to check it out and hopefully catch the Meningitis Research Foundation stand for the last 5 minutes.
Who am I hugging?
Yeah.
Best thing, whilst I've been holding it, people have been going, good luck, I'm like, cheers.
We booked an apartment in London, which we all jumped into the night before, went for some more food for the carb up, and wanted to go with something that I knew would sit well in my stomach, so we ordered for Nando's. And I think that was the part probably where I was like, shit, I've got the London Marathon tomorrow. I don't think I would have been or felt as settled with the whole evening before if I hadn't been for the people I was with. I just started to think about the things I needed to do the next day. Those thoughts started going through my head, like they do with everyone, that negativity bias of like, what is possibly going to go wrong tomorrow?
at the very, very basic, it's literally going for a run.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's seeing a completely different life because
left it till the last minute to put my print on the meningitis vest that I wore for the race. And then it was a case of figuring out, okay, how are we going to actually get up to the race now, because there's trains cancelled, there's different things going on. So me and Cal set off in a different direction to the others went back to the car to put some bits away. Me and Cal got up to the start line nice and early. This was probably the nicest thing about the whole London Marathon. It's the people that you meet along the way. This is where all the people were on travelling down to the event. I actually met an Aussie guy who was really, really cool, who I think he was running for like a sub 3 hour, and he was about 16, done about 72 marathons.
Oh, from Australia. Oh, fantastic!
And he was just a really, really cool character who made me feel a lot more upbeat about the day.
Towards the end, you've got to weaving it out. Don't worry.
Injured?
Let them out. We've got a bit of the wave in 25 minutes. We got here really early, to be fair, which is great because now I'm not stressed. Get a last little bit of carbs in, a bit of water, and I think we've got to check in. And then an hour after that, I'll start. London Marathon.
I did it on my 100k.
Sometimes it
An hour
doesn't
at
feel that
5 minute
fast.
pace, I was like, oh no.
That 2 miler. I was actually
You went really quick.
Well, I felt I was going so slow.
There's loads of different points around Greenwich Park. You've got like different colours, blue, red, yellow. And this is where essentially your wave is going to set off from. That's the bit where things start feeling real, where people are warming up, limbering up, putting gels on, getting ready to leave. So I went into the pen. I think my start time was 10 a.m.
Really nervous. I think it's because he's so amazing and the whole atmosphere is really incredible. You feel really nervous. There's a lot of charities, so you feel quite emotional. I'm shitting myself. I don't know why. I can't sit still. I need the toilet and I can't go to the volley.
It's like no experience like I've ever felt before, because you just never run with that many people at the same time. To have all those people just setting off in the same direction for the same cause and just super positive and happy about it. So the first K that I ended up running for the London Marathon, I think was probably a bit quicker than what it should have been. I think I saw the guys at the first stop, which was the 6 mile marker. At that point, through 6 miles, I felt so good. I felt great. The first 6 miles felt easy. It actually felt kind of like almost robotic, because I'd gone through those first 6 miles like that. I think the harder thing for, not me personally, but for the team, was trying to find locations where they could find me, because obviously London Marathon is so densely populated and there's people everywhere. Probably Lucy was more stressed out than I was about the event itself.
We're currently trying to get to mid shoots, but the hard thing is loads of the tubes are shut, the roads are shut, so we're just trying to pivot and just ask people where the hell we're going. But it's going all right so far. We're going to try and catch them at mile 17 because we think it's going to be quite quiet. Yeah, we saw them, but it was like, so he saw you two, he didn't see us three, because I mean, people are just everywhere. We screamed, but he was very focused, wasn't he?
There was a guy who ran next to me about 10 miles through, and he just tapped me on the shoulder and went, "Hey Ben, I'm actually listening to your podcast now," which is like blew my mind, because he was listening to our podcast, which was keeping him motivated for the race. But him coming up to me and saying that was what was keeping me motivated to carry on going. And that took me up to the London Bridge, I think it was. For some reason, just took my phone out, started videoing a few of the bits, and also text the guys just saying, "Let's go." I think not long after that was when I saw the guys. I think that was one of the best things about the London Marathon, is having people there who were there to support you, see you, and motivate you was great, because as soon as I seen everyone at the, I think it was around 23K, it gave me another lift again, because I'd just gone past the halfway point. I was like, right, fuck it, I'm going again. Like, I'm cruising, crushing it at the moment, I'm going to keep the same pace.
Big penalty! Come on!
I got to 30K, I was like, okay, next K needs to really pick up. So I ran harder on that next K. And at this point, I was like, this doesn't feel good. Something just happened through this K that I'd been dreading for the whole week happening. The calf had just pinged and gone. The exact point that happened, David Goggins was in my ear talking about the 40% rule, how when you're in pain or when you've got an injury or when something happens, it's only 40% of what the body's capable of.
Get to the spot where your mind is saying stop. Wherever that is, you gotta get there first, and then that's when that shit starts to work for you.
Because I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try and ignore it. I'm gonna mentally push through it, because I know my mind is stronger than what my body is, and I'm gonna just continue to push through.
So we're nearly at the finish. We just texted and saying push on, let's go. You're on for 3:30, because his pace had dropped off by 15 seconds, so we thought maybe something. He just messaged, walking and running, calf's gone. He's literally got 2 miles left to go, like on the map. I don't know if you can see him, but he's literally here, and this is the finish. So he's so close.
I'm at 35K now, and the pain in my calf, I can't ignore. And I just started limping / running, and then slowly got back into my stride again. I'd come through one of the tunnels in the underground, and I just walked past the guy who was having a cardiac arrest. Later, I heard on the radio had died. I think he was only 36. He's a PE teacher. So I'm going down the home straight. At this point, I was fatigued, calf sore, super hot. In the crowd, I saw the rest of the guys, and they were just screaming. That's what picked me up again, and to just get through the last straight. I kind of got to the finish line and I got a bit emotional and got a bit upset. I was on my own, and then that's when I walked up, carried on walking through and saw the rest of the guys in the crowd.
I was good as well because I was running like the pace I wanted to run at as well.
The pace was incredible.
It was hard, but I don't feel like a aerobic as fuck. I just feel like my car was just fucking, like mentally it killed me. That as soon as it went, I was like, fuck's sake, 30. So I was saying then, I think the time that it went was when I was like through a built up area. It's like 28k, and it clocked me like a 6-minute 50k, and then I was like, fuck, I'm so slow at the moment, but I didn't feel slow, so it's weird. So I was like, all right, I need to make up the time that I just lost, and I ran like a 4-minute 25, and then after that it went because I was just trying to run too quick, and that was around 30. And from there I had like no power in my car whatsoever. I just felt like I was carrying a stump. I think I stopped about 3 times for about a minute each time, and that was when that guy ran past me, tapped me on the back and was like, I'm listening to your podcast, come on. And now I started running again, and I was like, fuck it. So yeah, I didn't want any fish and chips.
Salty.
Do you use the salt? The tablet?
Yeah, I used all of them. And that's why like everything was great.
Did
like,
you get any cramping?
No cramp, no blisters.
Yeah.
Like everything, I couldn't have been any more perfect apart from that, obviously. But I'm still happy with the time I got anyway.
Yeah, you should be well happy. And it happened at 30k, not 10.
Yeah.
Like,
that would have been gutted then. That would have been gutted.
That's a really nice medal, that.
So yeah, the London Marathon 2022. We finished it in 3 hours 35. It wasn't perfect by any means. The whole program that has led up to this point and the prep hasn't been perfect by any means, but I think that's the point of it. We don't learn things by things being perfect. We learn things about ourselves when there's discomfort, things go wrong, and there's pain, and we have to think outside the box, and that's exactly what has happened over the past 4 weeks, and exactly what happened in the 24-hour build-up, and exactly what happened on the day. So some people have said that the London Marathon 2023 is in April next year. So we'll see.
Just before you go, the new London Marathon 12-week program that I followed through this whole prep is now live in the description if you want to check it out, with a full overview and 26% off if you hit the link in the description. Thanks for watching.